This is an article that came out a few years ago, all about the Swirl baby, and I'll have it in the description box just in case anybody wants to read this. But this kind of blow away a lot of the stereotypes that are floating around out here about interracial couples. You know, me, I'm not for it, only because I just don't see how you can date your oppressor when you look at our past and our present, at how we get treated at the hands of our Caucasoid counterparts. I don't see how anybody would want to touch them, but hey, I don't have to wake up looking at their pasty face every day, so hey, whatever. Um, there once was a time in America, not long ago, when the ebony and ivory piano keys, metaphorically, could not legally live in harmony. We still can't. We still can. You don't see all this upheaval going on in America for no reason. We still don't live in harmony. Um, all right, let me just go down a little because it's kind of okay. It's been 47 years since interracial marriage was given the green light. That being said, what does the US marital landscape look like? Now, remember, they always in the media constantly put the light on the black man dating the white woman. But I'm going to show you how deception really works in this country big time. Well, let's take a look at today's interracial couples in America by the numbers, shall we? Today, a record high 87% of Americans approve of whites and blacks tying the knot, according to a Gallup poll, compared to 1959 measly 4%. Let me tell you something. They are a dying race right now. So I'm not surprised that they're promoting interracial dating. At the end of the day, it's really not going to do them any good. If your genetics aren't working, they're just not. All right, so in 1959, it was only 4% of black and white unions in the country. 1971, 29%, 82, 43%, 1995, 48%, 2008, 77%, and 2013, 87%. Stats shows that blacks have always approved of black-white marriages more than whites. In 1969, 56% of blacks were down for swirling compared to only 17% of whites. In 1995, 68% of blacks approved, while 45% of whites did the same. Today, the approval gap is at its smallest. 96% of blacks are okay with interracial marriages compared to 84% whites. I don't believe that number is that high. I just don't. I don't believe I don't believe that. But that's my opinion. Unsurprisingly, Americans over the age of 65 and residents of the South are least likely to support racially mixed family. Oh, well, not well, I don't support it either, and I'm not 65. They will just get over it. The fact that there are 5 million interracial marriage couples in the US, according to the latest census data. That's 9.5% of all married Americans. Okay, so now let's take a look. Now, if you remember, they always put the stigma mainly on black men marrying outside of their race. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that is not true. It is not true. But which group among all racial marriages, interracial marriages, are most common? Hispanics and whites. Hispanic men date white and marry white women at a much higher rate than black men. But in America, the spotlight is always on the black man. Now, why do you think it's that way? It is just another form of divide and conquer, and to make our people believe something is happening that actually is not happening. You got to understand the media is about mind games and LP, like I told you before in the past, and trickeries. They give the illusion that it's mostly the black man doing it more than any other man in this country. It's simply not true. The biggest interracial dater in the country are Hispanics. Hispanics are more likely to marry white than any other man in America or woman. You know, a lot of Latinas also marry white men, but they do it at the most highest rate. But if you turn the TV on, you would always believe it was the black man doing it more than anyone else. Simply not true. Now, who's the next to date outside their race? Asians. Even Asians date outside of their race at a much higher rate than black men and women. Again, the media is playing all of us by making you believe that it is the black man doing it more than anyone else. It's a lie. It's a lie, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so Hispanics and Asians date outside of their race a lot more than black men and women. So Hispanic, white unions, 37% of all interracial marriages. White and Asians, 13.7%. White and black is only in the single digit, 7.9% of all of the interracial marriages in the country. The media in this country has been playing a serious mind game on all of us. It's really not that many white and black couples in America, more than there are white and Asian and white and Hispanic. And really, what this tells you, whites date outside and marry outside of their race more than anybody. It's not black. It's actually whites that do it. They're willing to marry a Hispanic, they're willing to marry an Asian, and even some of them will marry black. They are more likely to date outside of their race more than any other group. Right? I mean, don't you see white in every category here? So they are the ones that more likely date outside. But they keep putting, again, any stigma that they deem as negative, they always try to put it on blacks. And I think another reason why they try to put it on black people is to make it look like we desire them. We desire them. No, we don't. Not like they're claiming. The Daily News point to a steady flow of new Asian and Hispanic immigrants in the West as the reason behind their high rates of interracial coupling. And now let's talk about our favorite topic, Madam Nair, business, money. Okay, so among all of these couples, it shows you the white and Asian union, those couples have the most money. Asian and Asian, 62,000, 71,000 for white and Asian. If it's an Asian man and woman married, 62,000 is their median income. White on white is 60,000. White Hispanic, 57,900. White and black, 53,187. Black on black couple, 47,700. And a Hispanic with another Hispanic, 36,000. Now let's zero in on Black Americans who marry outside their race. Black men more than twice as likely to intermarry than their Black female counterparts, 24% versus 9%. The latest data shows that 17% of Blacks in 2010 married out, compared to this 26 and 28% of whites, Hispanics, and Asians, respectively. Okay, so again, the Asians, the whites, and Hispanics actually intermarry more than blacks. All right. The Mid Atlantic region, according to Business Insider, has the highest concentration of black and white lovers. And this includes Maryland, Virginia, and DC. I know what you're thinking. Are any of these interracial marriages actually lasting? Well, it depends. Interracial marriages have about a 41% chance of swirling out of control compared to this 31% chance of divorce among same sex. Let me do that again. Compare this to 31% chance of divorce among same race couples. All right. So, according to the most recent data on the matter in 2008, figures show that the pairing of white females and Asian males are the most vulnerable to divorce. Conversely, black women and white men are most likely to stick by their vows. The probability of divorce by the 10th year of marriage relatively to white and white unions are as follows. White wife, Asian husband, 59% more likely to divorce in comparison to same race white couples. White wife and black husband, 50% likely to divorce. I'm telling you, the divorce is high, very high. Not only have I seen this across the internet with some of the men that will sometimes admit they had a white wife or a white girlfriend and things just didn't work out. It seems like it's very high among the white woman and the black man. And my personal opinion is cultural. Even with the Asian man with the white wife, it's cultural. And we saw, what was that white woman, Kate plus 8 or whatever that was on TV? She had an Asian husband and they did not last. It's cultural. Okay, and then you have an Asian wife and white husband, 4% more likely to divorce. So it's very low when it's an Asian woman and white husband. It tends to last. And a black wife and white husband, 44% less likely to divorce. So out of all the interracial couples, it seems like an Asian wife with a white husband tends to last, and a black wife with a white husband have a higher chance of lasting than a white wife with a black husband. Okay. Whether we like it or not, America is changing. And that in part to interracial blending. While bigotry will always exist, new generations are becoming more open-minded and less insular. I disagree with that. The racism has not stopped being taught in households. So as long as it's continuing to be passed down by the generations, it's not going nowhere. Not only is the nation mindset evolving, but the face of America is also morphing. We've become a country where race is no longer black or white. National Geographic says. Well, National Geographics haven't been shot by the police, so I have to disregard what they said. In 2050, because of today's tolerance millennials, Nat Geo project that the average American will look like this. And they're just talking about the country becoming more browner. That's all. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so that's it. But I can only tell you, just from around me, there were quite a few interracial couples in my town. And I can tell you it's a lot fewer now. The ones that I know, I worked with 3 black guys that were married in an interracial relationship. And one lives around the corner, and he now has a black girlfriend. He's divorced from his white wife, and the woman that he's with now is black. And I know one of the other guys that I work with, he said he was never dating another white woman or marrying white again. He was definitely looking for a sister this time around. Now, the other two that I know were married to white women and divorced, I don't know what they're doing at all. So I don't know if they went right back out and swirled or they went black. Okay. But out of all four that divorced, at least two of them went black. Now, the other ones, I don't know. But it's interesting how so many people are desiring these relationships, but the chances of them making it, like it clearly shows you here, and a white wife with an Asian and or a white wife with a black really don't do so well. So, and like I said, I believe the cultural differences are just too much and it ends up stressing out the relationship. And also keep in mind, these people still practice white supremacy, even if they're with a black person. It doesn't matter. They're still on code. That doesn't change. But tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to leave the link to this article in the description, and please leave your comment and subscribe. And if you can donate to my channel, please do. Peace, family.